My name is Rachel, and we're dietetics students from Purdue.
Hopefully you've had the chance to watch the first two videos in our series, take a fresh look at processed foods. Do you remember the definition of a processed food? That's right, anything that has been changed from its natural state. Also, when you're buying processed foods, remember to look at the nutrition facts panel to choose the ones that are healthy.
In this third and final video, we'll be showing you how to use processed foods in an easy and nutritious recipe.
Have you ever wondered how to use canned foods in a recipe? Or maybe you've been looking for an alternative to meat that is cheaper.
I know I have.
Well, great, because today we're going to be making healthy and delicious black bean burgers.
Not only do processed foods last longer than fresh foods, but they also contain the same amount of nutrients and can save you time and money. In today's recipe, two of the main ingredients are canned black beans and canned corn. Just remember, when you're trying to buy canned food items, try to find items that are either low in sodium or have no salt added.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. The important thing to remember is whenever you're doing anything with food, you need to wash your hands first. Make sure you do this for at least 30 seconds with warm water and soap. Rachel and I have already done this. Also, remember to pull your hair back.
We also have aprons on just to protect our clothes and to keep ourselves clean. So let's get started. The first step in our recipe is to wash and rinse our black beans. According to a study in the Journal of Food Technology and Science, they found that washing and rinsing canned black beans can wash up to 43% of the sodium. So that's what we're going to do.
Alright, so while Rachel is rinsing the beans, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the onion. So for the onion, we're going to cut it up into small pieces. This recipe calls for about half of an onion. We're going to take off the outer brown layer first. Once you have the brown papery layer off, you're going to cut the ends off the onion. After you finish doing this, you're going to hold the onion sideways and cut it into thin slices. So once you've finished cutting the onion lengthwise, you're going to gather it back together and turn it this way, and then cut it so you're going to have thin diced slices.
Alright, so while Becca was cutting the onion, what I was doing was mashing the black beans with a fork. If you have a food processor or a potato masher at home, you can use that, but today we're just going to use a fork. And I was just going at it until it formed this thick paste and the beans stuck together. Now this is a great step to get your children or kids involved, because really there isn't a way where they can get hurt, and they're helping you prepare your meal, so they'll be happy and it'll be fun.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our diced onions to the beans.
We'll also add a half cup of corn, drained, as well as 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic at home, then you can use 3 cloves of garlic. Just be sure to cut them up into small pieces.
So now I'm just going to mix all these vegetables together. A recent study from the University of Illinois compared the nutritional value of canned, frozen, and fresh vegetables. They actually found that the nutritional value of canned and frozen vegetables was similar to that of fresh. The amount of carotenoids, vitamin A, and vitamin E was actually higher in the canned vegetables.
While Becca is finishing to mix those ingredients, I'm going to prepare the spices and the egg. So this recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and 2 teaspoons of cumin. So if you don't like spicy foods, then you can just not use the chili powder at all. Or if you like really hot foods, then you can add more chili powder. You can do whatever you'd like. And to these seasonings, I'm going to add 1 egg. So to crack an egg, I'm just going to hit it against the side of the bowl, put my thumbs in the crack, and pull apart until the egg comes out. And because I have raw egg all over my hands now, I'm going to wash them.
And so I'm just going to add the egg and spice mixture to our vegetables. It's important to mix this well to get all the seasoning mixed up and the egg evenly distributed throughout it.
So now we're going to add the final ingredient in our black bean burger, and that's the breadcrumbs. This recipe calls for half a cup of breadcrumbs. Really, the mixture should come together so that you can easily form your black bean patties. But if you find that it's too moist and it's not really sticking together well, then you can just add more breadcrumbs and then hopefully soon it'll come together and you can form those patties.
All right, so once we have it mixed, we're ready to form the patties. So in order to form the patties, we're just going to simply use our hands. Since we've already washed them, we're ready to go. And to form the patties, we simply pick up some of the mixture with our hands, and we start by forming it into a circular ball. Just kind of mash it all together. And this recipe can make 6 medium-sized burgers or 4 large burgers, whichever your preference.
And today we're going to be baking these patties, and so we want to put it onto a lightly greased pan.
Just going to form our patty, kind of make it in the right shape, just place it on the pan.
And we're going to be putting them in a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And you want to bake the patties on each side for 10 minutes until they're crispy and brown. So here's the final black bean burger. You can eat it just like a regular hamburger. Throw it on a hamburger bun with lettuce and tomato, ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, whatever toppings you like. So hopefully you've seen how we can make a simple and nutritious recipe using processed foods.
So our black bean burger that we made today can help save you time, money, and stress.
Hopefully throughout these 3 videos you've learned
The definition of processed food is anything that has been changed from its natural state.
That nutrition facts labels can help you choose which foods to buy.
and processed foods can fit in your life by saving you time, money, and stress.
So take a fresh look at processed foods, evaluate the benefits, and know which ones to choose.
Thanks for watching. Please take our survey that you can find located in the box below.
Bye.